on the technology.
Of course.
Yes.
So what side effects? So you think, yeah, of course, we are really dependent on technology, and I do agree with you. But what do you think about, so what other side effects, like, you know?
Yeah, maybe it harms. It harms. It's harmful for our health.
Yeah.
It make the society.
Yeah. Nice.
It's make the some. It have some negative effect in the environment and society.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Well, actually, today we're going to talk about a type of technology. So that is really, of course, useful, really useful. But, you know,
Yes.
at the same time, I don't know, it can be a bit annoying sometimes. So tell me about, you know, CC cameras. So, you know, that's everywhere when you go street, or for example stores, shops, so shopping malls, so bank, everywhere. So you feel like that, okay, you are being watched, like, you know, okay, so some people are watching me, so they are monitoring, observing everything. Of course, it's really important to maybe make society safer and more secure. Of course it is. But you know, sometimes we feel like that, I don't know, it can be a bit uncomfortable when you feel like, okay, I am being watched. So what do you think when you feel, for example, like you are being watched 24/7? What do you think?
Actually, I don't have any problem with the camera. They set up. They are set up everywhere.
Of course.
It helps us safe.
Yeah.
Yes. But we don't have the uh, uh, um, um, we
So
yes, individual.
yeah.
We our individual or secret, our secret
Our
is
privacy.
revealed. Our privacy,
Yeah,
yes.
of course.
I
Yeah,
try to
great.
I try
Yeah.
to find that word.
Yeah.
Um, our privacy uh, is revealed.
Of course, everything. So, of course, they're used to record activities. So they record everything. Why? For maybe three reasons. The first one, security, as you said, of course, and safety. So that is really important. And monitoring purposes. So it's like, yeah, security, safety, monitoring, everything, and they are really useful. So because I don't know, nowadays maybe we can see, I don't know, comparing the past, of course, we can see that society is safer and people can live easily. So due to these type of technologies, so like, you know, they can be really useful, but some people find it a bit, I don't know, like uncomfortable. So let's see. Well, yeah, we talked about just CC camera. Okay, so we have two types. So let me talk about, because we have surveillance. Okay, but you know, actually we have security camera and surveillance camera, so two types, but totally, so you know that they are surveillance. So first of all, the meaning of this word, because we have it, so as you can see, if I want to give you a really good synonym for it, observation. So surveillance, that is noun, like supervision or observation. Of course, you can see the careful watching of a person or place, especially by the police or army, because of a crime that has happened or is expected. So of course, nowadays, a huge number of surveillance cameras are being installed around many shopping centers, so, and banks. So tell me about your country. So do you see lots of surveillance cameras in the street?
Yes, everywhere. I saw the surveillance camera are being installed
Yeah,
around many shopping center and banks and on the street.
of course. You can use both of them. It's okay. We walk on the street. We walk, and but you can see
Yeah,
in the street, so it's
in
okay.
the
Of course,
street.
we use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the street. Yeah. Well, so this is the first word, surveillance camera. And of course, we have CCTV camera. So the next one, deterrent. So what is the meaning of deterrent? As you can see, could you please read the definition of this word? Then I will give you a better word for it. Deterrent means something. Could you read it, please? Something.
Something that makes someone less likely to do something by making them realize it will be different or have a bad result.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Let me make it,
Something that makes someone less likely to do something
let me
by
make it
making them
simpler.
realize it.
Let me make it simpler.
Yes,
Okay, we know that we have encouragements. Yeah,
encourage.
encouragement means to encourage people. Yeah, for example, do this. But we have another word that is discouragement. You know what it is? It means, okay, it's like, mean, if you want to do this, you should know that actually you need to be aware of the sequences, consequences, like, the result will be negative. So if you want to steal something from someone, just pay attention, you will go. So that is the meaning of deterrent, discouragement. Discouragement, it means actually I try to show you that the consequence or result of something is not good. So be careful, don't do this. For example, we have CCTV cameras everywhere. So thieves, criminals, they are aware that every activity for suspicious and can be suspicious or not, they are recorded, so that you know that if you do something wrong, you actually it will have some consequences. So this is the meaning of discouragement or deterrent.
Discouragement.
Yeah, of
Yes.
course. So the definition of it means, yeah, prevents. It's like, a prevention, like, okay, just don't do this. So that is something like this. So this is the meaning of it. Now, heavy fine for drink driving should be imposed as a deterrent to be, yeah, offenders. So as you can see, yes, you need to know. You need to know that, okay, if you do this, something will happen to you, something negative, something bad. So this is the meaning of this word. Now it's clear?
Yes.
Very good. Wow. And the next one, authority. Do you need, if you're making note? So, okay. Well, let's keep going. Okay. authority. So you know the meaning of this one. Any official organization, government, department. So that, yeah, of course. People or maybe system that is in charge of society. They can make decision, they can take action, so they can set rules. Local authorities should take action to deal with the increasing crime rates of HCMC. So what is HCMC? Do you have any idea about it?
I see. And
That is because I want to know, that is Ho Chi Minh City, like, you know, the abbreviation, because I don't know. HCMC is Ho Chi Minh City, man.
ICMC.
Yeah, of course, because you know,
HCMC, yes, yes,
yeah,
yes.
I think because you know, I was like, yeah,
HCMC,
if
yes.
it is, yeah, if
Ah,
it
yeah,
is,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, I
Ho
want to
Chi
be
Minh
sure.
City.
Yeah,
Ho
of
Chi Minh
course.
City.
Yeah, so okay, so let's learn. So we can write it this way when we want to say Ho. So it's common to write like HCMC, like Ho
Yes,
Chi Minh City. Okay, got it.
yes.
Yeah, very good. Actually, good one. Well, so tell me, actually, I want to know because, you know, when here we have increasing crime rate, what type? It means petty crime, serious crime, what type of crime it means?
In crime. What type of crime?
Yeah,
Um,
because we have,
yeah. Um, Maybe the thief,
uh,
crime, crime,
yeah, because you know,
property, property.
property. Yeah, of course. Because you know that we have some petty crime, like not
Yeah.
really important. Shoplifting, as we discussed before, so petty crimes. But you know, or serious. So I wanted to know that if you have serious crimes in Ho Chi Minh City, whether or not, so you say that they are petty crimes, not really important. Well, so just let me say something because we have another word for this. Of course, here means Ho Chi Minh City, but in actually our language, so that is HCMC is Health Center Managing Committees. So we have another word for it. So, but not here. Well,
Mm,
yeah, of course. Health, H, Center, C, M, Managing, and C, Committees. So this is okay. Monitor, observe, monitor and observe. So like, of course, it's really good to monitor any activities, any suspicious activities. So, of course, we use this one not only for activities. For example, you go to hospital for a heart monitor, so they can actually check your health condition. So monitor means watching or checking particular things. Yeah, watching and checking. Well, as a verb, as a noun, you know that the screen is monitor. For example, laptop, or for example, so screen is monitor. So we have noun, screen. So as a noun, it means screen. As a verb means watch and check. Especially particular thing. Doctors are monitoring the progress of patients who are given the new drug. Of course, they need to check. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. In the airport, the officer uh monitoring. The officers monitor the uh, uh, the the luggage of the passenger
Of course.
carefully.
Of
Yes.
course they need to, yeah, of course. Of course they need to. Yeah. We have check-in, so but we say at the airport, just in a preposition for the airport is at. At is better. At the
At
airport,
the airport.
of
Yeah,
course.
at the airport.
And the next one, keep track. Okay, well, so what is the meaning of this? As you can see, to make certain that you know what is happening or has happened to someone. Let me make it simpler. To be aware, to know, and to be aware of how something is changing, what someone is doing. So, oh, I keep, for example, track of how money is spent. So it means, yeah, I know how something is happening, how, for example, is changing, what someone is doing. So this is the meaning of keep track. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, and that is really important. So for example, uh, we keep track. Let me say something, preposition, how to use it. For example, I say, Min, please keep track of your sister. For me, it means just, let's see, what is she doing? Okay, so keep track of someone if you want, or of something. So as you can see, thanks to technology, it's easy to keep track of any individual's location. So of course it's really, so you can find, you can follow. Yeah.
Yes.
So keep track of any individual
Yes.
location.
Through technology, it's easy to keep track of any individual's location.
Yeah,
Keep track.
of
Mm.
course. Well, it's your turn. Let's make some sentences using the words that we just learned. Surveillance, deterrent, monitor, and keep track.
Yeah. Mm. Keep track. Um, it's hard to keep track my um, uh, um, it's hard to keep track the flight schedule.
Yeah, it's hard to. Could you say again, please?
It's hard to keep track um, the information
Of. To keep, but
of
keep track
track
the information. We normally keep track something like, changes. You know what I say? It's like something that can be changed. Not keep track of the information. So keep track of people, or keep track of something that can be changed. For example, when I keep track of the location of people, it means I can follow where they are at the moment, you know?
yeah. Also, it's hard to keep track the people enter the meeting
Yeah, of course.
or they come to the meeting
Yeah,
or
of
yeah.
course. So it's
Mm,
difficult to keep track of people who attend
mm,
the meeting,
mm.
who attend or who join the meeting. Keep
It's
track of
hard.
people, yeah,
It's hard.
who,
It's hard to keep track of the people
who,
attend the meeting.
yeah, who attend, or for example, who join the meeting,
Who
of course.
attend? Yeah.
Well, and surveillance, can you use it in a sentence?
Surveillance. Surveillance. I um mm, uh, I try to find the word, the verb um, that usually go with the surveillance.
Oh, let me say
Um,
something, the verb. So actually
the word,
it's, yeah,
the act,
it's, yeah, I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Continue.
yeah, uh, simply, oh,
Yeah.
simply.
How to use surveillance? When we say surveillance, of course, it's better to use it as a combination, collocation with camera. Because we say
Yes,
surveillance camera, so we mean this, okay? So because it's like observation. Now, how to use it? Of course, for example, we can say that the police could arrest the thief by the help of surveillance cameras. So this one. Or for example, we need to, that is really important, to, for example, keep criminals or people like, for example, suspicious, okay, under constant surveillance, observation, to be sure. So for example, let me use just surveillance. I'm not going to use it with camera, but you normally use this collocation. For example, he was arrested after being kept under constant surveillance.
he was arrested after being kept under constant
Surveillance.
surveillance.
This way,
Surveillance.
that is constant observation. Like, they checked, they followed, and then they arrested him.
Yeah.
So this way, yeah. We normally keep something or someone under surveillance.
Yes.
Okay.
Under constant.
Yeah, of course.
Mm.
For example, let's use keep track and surveillance in one sentence. One sentence. I say, police keep track of, for example, the kidnapper using electronic surveillance equipment. So this way you can use both of them in one sentence. For example, police keep track of the kidnapper. So like, someone who, that commit a crime of kidnapping, of the kidnapper using electronic surveillance equipment. This way.
Can you write it
Of
that
course,
sentence
yes.
for me? Yeah.
Of
Thank you.
course, yes. Police keep track of the kidnapper using, for example, electronic or just surveillance. And it can be camera because I say like equipment, this equipment can be camera or maybe any other equipment that they have to monitor something.
Police keep track of the kidnapper using electronic surveillance equipment.
Yeah.
So uh, electronic surveillance equipment of it's a process of the police or the kidnapper.
No, let me say, police keep track of the kidnapper. It means police follows, follow the
Follow
kidnapper
the kidnap.
using surveillance equipments, for example, using cameras. So there are
Who
different
who
yeah,
use who use the electronic surveillance
police, of
equipment?
course,
The
using,
police.
of
Ah,
course, police. because of using police, okay, use electronic surveillance equipment to keep track of kidnappers. So we can change it. Yeah.
I think that the electronic surveillance equipment qualify to the kidnapper.
Oh, no. So well, let me change it. For example, I can say police use, for example, surveillance cameras, for example, cameras this way. Now it's simpler, okay? To keep track of criminals, for example. To keep track of kidnapper or, for example, criminals or any criminal. This way you can use it.
Camera to keep track of criminals, yes.
Yeah, of course.
Keep track, follow.
Of course.
Of criminals. Okay.
Yeah. For example, police could arrest a criminal after a two-week surveillance operation. It means for 2 weeks, they observed, they monitored everything, and then they could arrest the criminal. So, for example, another combination that you can use is surveillance operation. So this way, another one, you can say, and what is that, for example? A 2-week surveillance operation. It means for 2 weeks, they waited and they followed, they monitored, and then they arrested.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Operation.
Of course. Now you want to use it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Deterrent. Deterrent.
Deterrent, of course, deterrent. Yeah.
Deterrent. Surveillance camera is deterrent.
Yeah.
Of
Yeah.
Surveillance camera is a way of deterrent.
Yeah, for example, yeah, they can be as deterrent to any, for example, criminal or, for example, crime. Yeah, can be. Yeah, of course. Or you can use it this way as a deterrent. For example, they have imposed a heavy fine for late payment. So anything that can be considered as like punishment or consequences, bad consequences can be considered as deterrent. So it can be money, it can be jail, it can be, for example, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Yeah. The police put the surveillance camera in every corner to
Of course. Install is better.
install.
Yeah, set install, of course. CC cameras or say surveillance cameras. Yeah.
In every corner on the street.
Yeah.
Is I try to use a deterrent in this
As
sentence.
a, as
As
you can
as
use
a
anything as a
as
deterrent.
a
Yeah.
deterrent.
It can be anything. It can be fines, CC cameras, for example, jail. I don't know, like TV announcements, so everything. Like, you know that?
As a
Yeah.
deterrent.
Any punishment can be considered as deterrent because it's, of course, discouragement.
Yes, yes.
Because
In
deterrent,
use
yeah, prevents people from doing something. So it
from
can be
doing
anything, maybe, yeah, they make them afraid of what will happen. So, but when we
something.
say CC
Use
camera, of course, yeah, it's like
it.
people can, if I do this, I've been watched, so let's not to do that. Yeah, can be considered a deterrent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm, um, and the police have to monitor um use police use the monitor to uh, keep track uh, the transportation
They don't use monitor. Actually, monitors are equipments or things that, are used to share the images that are taken by CC cameras. So by surveillance cameras. So for example, cameras take some pictures, okay, images, they send and they can see on monitors on the screen. But here, monitor is a verb. So for example, police monitor and keep track any suspicious activities
yeah
using surveillance cameras. So police monitor and keep track
monitor.
any suspicious activities using surveillance cameras.
Yes.
Of course. Well,
It's
and
a verb.
of
Yeah,
course.
like the doctor monitors and
Of
uh,
course.
the monitors. Uh,
Our
um,
health condition. Our health
yeah,
condition monitor, our health monitor, our heart, brain,
health
everything. Or
condition.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
It's hard for me to
yeah,
make the
of course,
sentence with
because
this.
this is the first one, because this is the first time that you're making sentences using
Yeah.
this, right? But you need to maybe practice and try
Yes.
more.
Yes.
So, do you have any questions related to this word, the use of them, the meaning
No
of them?
question. No questions.
Okay,
I
good.
understand all the meanings of it.
Very good. Very good. Well, and now let's see. Okay, match the types of surveillance technology in the box with code. So we have different, okay. So mobile tracking, facial recognition, and the next one, data monitoring, so number plate recognition. Okay, so let's use to complete. And CCTV cameras.
Mm. Yeah. Mobile phone tracking,
Yeah,
microchip,
yeah, microchip, you know,
microphone tracking, microchips
of course.
on credit cards. Make
Yeah.
it easy to monitor and record information about our habits and movements. Right? Is it okay? Um, number three, I I I did the number 3 first.
Yeah, number 3. So could you say it, please? Because
Mobile phone tracking microchip
yeah,
on
mobile phone
credit card.
tracking. Okay, so mobile phone tracking microchips. Yeah.
On credit cards.
Okay, well, and credit cards, yeah, of course. It's like, just let me say something. Microchips, not mobile phone tracking. Mobile phone tracking is something different. Microchip is correct. Yeah, but you actually they set microchips in credit cards. So it's not mobile phone tracking is another form.
Ah,
Yeah, I was
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
what is that? Okay, so microchips. Yeah.
Um,
Well,
um,
number 3,
it's on
yes.
the screen.
Yeah.
On my screen, the mobile phone tracking microchip is
Oh, no, no,
on
no. Let me
your
let me let me make it easier for you. So it's like,
yeah.
and this one, another one. Okay, so this one, okay. Mobile phone tracking
Okay.
or
Uh,
microchips.
okay. Is microchip on the credit card.
Of
Make it
course.
easy to
Of
monitor and
course.
record information
Yeah,
about
of
our
course.
habits and movement. Yes.
Of
And
course.
number 2,
Number
and
2.
enable the authority to follow our movement whenever we ride. Yeah, I think
Advice.
number
Very
plate
good. Number plate recognition.
recognition,
Very
record,
good.
uh,
Recognition.
rec-
Recognition.
recognition,
Very
recognition.
good recognition. Yeah, of course. Number 1, let's talk. Okay, number 1. So, help crime prevention. Potential criminals.
No, their action might be framed in this part as deterring to crime. Maybe uh, action. Maybe CCTV camera.
Of course, CCTV camera. They record. They actually film everything. Of course. Well, so number 1, CCTV. Number 2, as you said, number plate recognition, and number 3, microchips. Okay, let's keep going. Number 4, on
Number
TVs. Yeah.
4 on TV. Another appliance send the data manufacturer and business. Uh, appliance. All
Yeah,
the
just
TV
appliances. Appliance means
appliances.
equipment, of course, appliances. Something that you use at home, for example, TVs and other appliances send data to manufacturers and businesses. So what is that? Some information.
Maybe data
Definitely yes.
monitoring.
Definitely yes. Data,
Monitoring.
of course,
Data.
monitoring,
Data monitoring.
of course.
Monitoring.
Monitor,
Monitoring.
of
Monitoring.
yeah,
Monitoring.
monitoring, of course, monitoring.
Monitoring. Yes. Keep track of any
Location.
individual location. Yeah, mobile phone tracking.
Of course, this is mobile phone tracking. Yeah, very good. And number 6.
Um, facial recognition. Recognition
Of
technology
course.
can identify any individuals. Software then access data about the person via social networking websites.
Of
Facial,
course. Yeah, of course.
facial
Facial recognition
recognition,
technology, of course.
recognition.
Yeah, very good. Well, let's keep going. And now we have an audio. Listen to 2 people discussing type of surveillance technology and make notes under opinion. So let's make some notes. Let me share.
Which speaker do you most agree with? Which one
Yeah,
gives more convinced argument?
okay. Yeah,
Patiently,
let's listen.
recognition,
Yeah,
technology, and tips.
yeah. Okay, ready to listen?
Yes.
Unit 2. Recording 5.
Have you read this article?
Which
this
one?
is really shocking. Look at this about surveillance techniques on page 3.
Oh, yeah, I did have a look.
There's going to be absolutely no
What,
privacy
you mean like
for anyone.
the CCTV camera bit?
Yeah, exactly that.
Well, I'm glad they're there, actually.
Why?
Well, not long ago, a friend of mine, he was robbed at a bus stop.
Mm-hmm.
And they got the guy because of CCTV. They captured his image, and all the people who did it were arrested. So
Okay.
I think it's a good thing. Anyway.
Well, it's good if it's used for that, but don't you feel nervous about the fact that whatever you do, wherever you go, whatever you're doing, someone is watching you and recording what
I
you're
haven't got
doing?
anything to hide, so it's not really a
No,
problem.
but that's not the point, though, is it? It's an invasion of privacy.
Look, I think statistically more crimes are solved because of CCTV than not.
Right. What about that? Look, this one on page 2. CCTV facial recognition. Did you see that bit there at the bottom?
Yeah, I didn't really get that bit.
Right, so basically, just imagine you're walking down the road and a CCTV camera, takes your picture, yeah?
Mm.
And then a computer program can then find your name, all your personal information, based on recognising your face. So where you shop, where you live, what you like, what you buy, who your friends are. And there's nothing you can do about it.
That can only be a good thing, because it's going to catch criminals, isn't it? And if you've got nothing to worry about, then, it's never really going to be an issue
If
for you.
it's for that, yeah, I get your point.
If you haven't done anything wrong.
No, absolutely, but...
The thing that really bothers me, though, is the way that marketing companies can target you because of microchips in food packaging and stuff. So people get an idea of your shopping habits. I don't want to be sent adverts from companies that I don't know.
But we're being sent stuff all the time anyway from companies that we don't know. I wouldn't mind being sent adverts from, companies that I don't know if it's something that I want to buy.
Yeah. It's a little confusing, really, the way I feel about the whole thing, because on the one hand, I'm pro using the technology to catch criminals or whatever. I mean serious criminals, but then on the other hand, I occasionally drive a little bit over the speed limit.
Right.
Occasionally.
Okay. Yeah.
And I've been given quite a few fines over the years because my number plate gets recognised, and I think more money should be spent elsewhere, to be honest.
I take your point, but I do actually think, although I'm really anti the amount of kind of filming and information they have when it comes to speeding, I do actually think that's quite sensible that they can clock what people are doing.
Well, how is that?
Mm. Mm. Um, I agree with the man. I
So,
think some the argument of the man make me agree with him.
yeah, of course. So you find him more convincing.
Yes, convincing.
Of
And it,
course.
for example, CCTV can help to find the criminal and
Of course.
to decrease the number of criminals in the society.
Yeah, of course. In society, just there is not really essential here in society. Yeah, of course. It's okay. Yeah. And how
And
about facial recognition technology?
facial recognition help to find the information about someone. Uh, and it's a good thing, nothing wrong.
Yeah, of
Um,
course. And microchips in products. How about this one?
and don't capture much information from that
Yeah.
microchips.
And how about number plate recognition? So could you get anything about it?
No.
Okay, so do you think it's better to listen again to get some points, like, for example, make some notes too, because I want to know what they mention. So I want you
Yes,
to actually, yeah, of course, maybe a few points that they mention, and then we can discuss. Okay, so it's not
yes.
bad to listen again.
Unit 2, Recording 5.
Have you read this article?
Which
This is
one?
really shocking. Look at this about surveillance techniques on page 3.
Oh, yeah, yeah, I did have a look.
There's going to be absolutely no
What, you
privacy
mean like
for anyone.
the CCTV
Yeah.
camera bit?
Yeah, exactly that.
Well, I'm glad they're there, actually.
Why?
Well, not long ago, a friend of mine, he was robbed at a bus stop,
Mm-hmm.
and they got the guy because of CCTV. They captured his image, and all the people who did it were arrested. So
Okay.
I think it's a good thing. Anyway.
Well, it's good if it's used for that, but don't you feel nervous about the fact that whatever you do, wherever you go, whatever you're doing, someone is watching you and recording what
I
you're
haven't got
doing?
anything to hide, so it's not really a
I know,
problem.
but that's not the point, though, is it? It's an invasion of privacy.
Look, I think statistically more crimes are solved because of CCTV than not.
Right. What about that? Look, this one on page 2. CCTV facial recognition. Did you see that bit there at the bottom?
Yeah, I didn't really get that bit.
Right. So basically, just imagine you're walking down the road and a CCTV camera, takes your picture, yeah?
Mm.
And then a computer program can then find your name, all your personal information based on recognizing your face. So where you shop, where you live, what you like, what you buy, who your friends are. And there's nothing you can do about it.
That can only be a good thing because it's going to catch criminals, isn't it? And if you've got nothing to worry about, then, it's never really going to be an issue
If
for
it's
you.
for that, yeah, I get your
If you haven't
point.
done
but
anything wrong.
No, absolutely. But
The thing that really bothers me, though, is the way that marketing companies can target you because of microchips in food packaging and stuff. So people get an idea of your shopping habits. I don't want to be sent adverts from companies that I don't know.
But we're being sent stuff all the time anyway from companies that we don't know. I wouldn't mind being sent adverts from, companies that I don't know if it's something that I want to buy.
Yeah. It's a little confusing, really, the way I feel about the whole thing, because on the one hand, I'm pro using the technology to catch criminals or whatever. I mean, serious criminals, but then on the other hand, I occasionally drive a little bit over the speed limit.
Right.
Occasionally.
Okay. Yeah.
And I've been given quite a few fines over the years because my number plate gets recognised, and I think more money should be spent elsewhere. To be honest.
I take your point, but I do actually think, although I'm really anti the amount of kind of filming and information they have when it comes to speeding, I do actually think that's quite sensible that they can clock what people are doing.
Well, so now you tell me. Yeah, okay. So
At the
totally.
end,
Yeah.
at the end of the script,
Yeah.
number 3, microchips, I cannot touch the information and plate
Yeah.
recognition.
Plate recognition, of course. So you know that. So sometimes your speed, maybe you drive something like, and you something like exceed speed, like normal speed, and so of course you are being recorded, as Matt said. So sometimes, of course, as you heard, the Matt wasn't really like okay with that one, because he normally that was the thing that he normally did. So it was like, okay, we can spend money on else thing, like elsewhere, maybe different things, but this one maybe is not really useful. But microchips in products, so of course, totally, as you heard, the women disagree, like to any monitoring, for example, or for example observation. So totally, actually, she disagreed. But about man, he confirmed all them, because he, except for number plate recognition, but it was, but totally, he found all of them useful in order to avoid criminals. So
Yes.
totally, actually, yeah, what we get. Okay, so let's do something. Do you want me to send this audio so that you can have it, listen at home?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
of course, I will do. Well, and now, let's answer this question. So, tell me pros, advantage, disadvantage of surveillance technology. So, of course, you can use, but let me say this one, blackmail and spying. So what is the meaning of blackmail and spying? So first of all, blackmail, that is actually like the act of getting money from people or forcing them. For example, I have some information of you, okay? And I force you to do something for me or give me money. If you don't, I will share your information, your personal. So this is the meaning of blackmailing, okay? For example, so they use people like, for example, personal information to get money from people or forcing them to do something. Okay, so this is about blackmailing and spying. Some people secretly collect and report information about the activities of another people, for example, or country or organization. This spying, like, okay, they try to collect some information and then they abuse, like, okay, so we have this information about your company, about this person, so we can use it in politics, business. So we have spying. So of course it can be about people. So this is the meaning of spying and blackmailing. So
Mhm.
what are the pros and cons of surveillance technology?
Yes. The pros, positive, and the advantage of the surveillance technologies
Right?
um, um, is to improve public safety, crime prevention, and help with the investigation. Yes. Um, and make the society safe.
Yeah.
But there are some um, disadvantages,
Yeah.
um, like the blackmailing or spying,
Yeah.
um, to annoys uh, annoys the people when they use the surveillance technology. They know their private information and they use it to abuse
Of course, the
other
abuse, of
other people.
course.
The
Yeah.
abuse for best purpose of other people.
Of course, of
Yeah,
course. Yeah. So they collect some information and then they can abuse like easily. Okay, I have some information from you and I can, okay, I want money. If you don't, I will share. Especially so nowadays because everything is monitored and tracked and, for example, recorded. So we have, unfortunately, these issues. In some cases, of course, they're really useful. Okay, well, and the last question, in your opinion, is surveillance technology keeping us safe, or is it an invasion of privacy? It destroys our privacy.
yes, there are two sides of surveillance technology to keep us safe, and in other side, it don't keep out of privacy.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I read the newspaper and saw the many private information about
Yeah.
the famous people.
Yeah.
Yeah, they use that information to and post it in the social media and make the people um, very upset about the
Yeah. Of course.
information, and I don't think it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Can be really irritating, you mean? Yeah, of course, for people, yeah, of course, it can be really irritating because it make people upset, they feel uncomfortable. So it's like really uh, like annoying. So yeah, you find it
no, yeah,
irritating or annoying, yeah, of course. Well, it makes people angry, or I don't know, it causes displeasure. Okay, well, so let's skip this part. So you can do something. Again, of course, I will send you the audio. You can listen again. And you can just think. And then if you want, at the next session, again, you can talk about this topic. Yeah,
yeah.
of course. Well, okay, my dear Min, do you have any questions related to this part? Any words, any phrases, anything that you didn't get the meaning?
No, no question. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, beautiful. Have a great day.
Yes, thank you.
Welcome.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Mm.